Hello and welcome. You are listening to Tom Bradley, the Easy Diet Coach. Following this presentation, listen for a valuable free offer.
Hey, we're on the phone today with my good friend Tom Walsman, and Tom stumbled across me. I actually had some signs on my car. Tom and I go to church together, and he saw the signs, approached me, and he had some weight loss goals. So I want to introduce Tom and kind of have him tell your story. How are you doing today, Tom?
Good, I'm doing great.
Doing good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience? You got started on the shakes and lost some weight. So how much weight did you end up losing?
I ended up losing about 40 pounds.
Wow, amazing.
Over about a 4 to 5 month period.
4 to 5 months, you said?
Yeah, I started out at about 225 pounds. I'm only 5'9". So I was a little bulgy at the seams.
Just sticking out here and there, huh?
I needed to lose weight. I've been working with in the church office building, and as most people know, they have a great cafeteria, and I had lunch there every day. So I went up from about my normal weight of 4 of 215 up to about 225 to 227, somewhere in that range. And
yeah, that's a deadly combination, a desk job and a good cafeteria.
Yeah, that's right. So I just, Tom, I saw a sign one day, and I said, maybe I ought to try to do something. I hadn't, it'd been about 6 months since the doctor told me to do something, but I hadn't, and this presented an opportunity. So I asked him, and then we didn't hook up right away, but it took a couple more months.
Awesome. Well, that's a great story. Now, how did you find the products to use? Was it a complicated procedure? Did they taste okay? Tell me a little bit about that.
The taste was fantastic. I started off using the chocolate, and then I tried other flavors. But I think it was a good season that I started. If I tried to start, and this was probably around June or July that I started. If I tried to start in late November, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it would have been a much different story, I think. But there was a time period there where I could stick to it. I didn't have to worry about going to family parties and things like that. So I think that was an important thing in my case, at least.
Yeah, time and convenience finds everybody over time. That's true. Hey, now you mentioned that your doctor had been after you to lose weight. When you did have you had a follow-up appointment with him since you've lost all these pounds?
I have, and he was greatly surprised. In fact, I had a full physical about 2 weeks ago, and he said everything was fine except that I wasn't drinking enough water, and that was the only thing. But he congratulated me on my weight loss. My heart was perfect. My cholesterol was fantastic, he said, and I told him what the diet was, and he said, "That's great. Keep it up."
Fantastic. It's always good to hear great numbers. And we should mention too, we didn't bring this up at the beginning, and I want to be cautious and politically correct on how I say this, but you're not exactly a spring chicken, right?
No, I'm 68 years old. The other thing that's made me losing the weight, I've actually started exercising now. I go to the gym 3 days a week and play a little more golf, and I just feel better about going to the gym.
A little more energy you found.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, listen, Tom, thank you so much. I assume that you'd be willing to recommend the product to other people?
I would. Wholeheartedly.
Awesome. Well, listen, I appreciate visiting with you today and the time you spent with us, and we appreciate you sharing your story, and you keep up the great work.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Thank you for listening to this presentation by Tom Bradley, the Easy Diet Coach. Tom lives in Provo, Utah, and came to wellness and weight loss out of necessity, but has hung around from passion. Tom's straight-ahead approach to wellness and nutrition to promote weight management and healthy aging is a simple solution for the growing trend of obesity and chronic illness. Want help losing weight? Tom has coached hundreds to lose weight and keep it off. Subscribe to Tom's Easy Diet Coach newsletter and get a free body composition analysis and wellness evaluation for a successful launch at the last diet you'll ever need. Subscribe now at easydietcoach.com.